Expected value of perfect information. Sometimes, before making a decision for our business, we might want to do a research first to reduce the risk of the decision. We can hire a marketing firm to conduct a marketing research for us to see what the market looks like for our business. If we do this, we must pay to the marketing firm. The question is, how much can we pay to the marketing firm so that we would not end up losing our profit? The answer to this question is we must calculate EVPI. EVPI, or Expected Value of Perfect Information, is a model used to determine the maximum amount that we could pay for an information. EVPI is given by EV with PI minus EV without PI. EV with PI is equals to probability of the first state of nature times the highest payoff of the first state of nature plus probability of the second state of nature times the highest payoff of the second state of nature plus until probability of the last state of nature times the highest payoff of the last state of nature. EV without PI is equals to the highest EMV. Let's look at an example. The following table is the payoff table for Sarah's business. Before deciding on an alternative, Sarah would like to ask XYZ marketing firm to do a research for her. Suppose that the probability of a good market, a fair market, and a bad market is 0.48, 0.32, and 0.20 respectively. Determine the maximum price that Sarah could pay to XYZ firm for the research. In order to determine the maximum price to pay for the research, we need to calculate EVPI. So first, calculate EV with PI. To calculate EV with PI, take probability of the first state of nature, which is 0.48, and multiply it with the highest payoff in the first state of nature, which is 800. Take the probability of the second state of nature, which is 0.32, and multiply it with the highest payoff in the second state of nature, which is 450. And take the probability of the third state of nature, which is 0.20, and multiply it with the highest payoff in the third state of nature, which is -200. Add them all together and calculate the value. Here we get EV with PI equals to 488. Next, calculate EMV for each alternative. Here we get EMV for alternative P equals to 296, EMV for alternative Q equals to 458, and EMV for alternative R equals to 326. After that, determine the highest EMV. Here, the highest EMV is 458. Note that the highest EMV is equals to EV without PI. Lastly, calculate EVPI by subtracting EV without PI from EV with PI. Here we get EVPI equals to 30. This means that the maximum price that Sarah could pay to XYZ firm is 30 ringgit.